Oppenheimer says they're bullish on the banks, even with the rally that we've seen since the October 27th lows. Bank of America, Citi, Goldman, Jefferies, Morgan Stanley, and U.S. Bank.
Yeah, so I own Bank of America and Morgan Stanley. Bank of America's flat on the year, even with the rally, and it trades about 1 times book. I think, and they actually just reiterated about 2 weeks ago their net interest income for the quarter and expenses for the quarter, and they were basically right in line. So now you're waiting for fees and what they can do with fees, and I think it's going to be mixed. But I do think that they can continue to cut costs while we wait for fees to actually rise, and so I think you have operating leverage there. American Express actually also is a big position for me too, Scott. And they actually released November data. Loan growth of loan balance is up 15%. Delinquencies only up 50 basis points. Net charge-offs actually down 70 basis points. So these are really good numbers, and that stock trades at 16 times forward. So I like that one as well.
Jimmy Festive's been telling everybody he knows to buy Citi. Right?
I have.
You're making the case. You like what Jane Fraser's doing.
I really do. I've actually liked what she's been doing all along. I mean, she's been in the driver's seat for 2.5 years, but the market for the first year and a half really didn't give her any credit whatsoever. Maybe that's because they didn't focus too much on the international operations, which she spent the first 18 months rationalizing. Now she's going hard at the domestic business, hard. She's cutting expenses. She's cutting unprofitable businesses like the municipal bond underwriting and distressed debt trading business. I like what we're seeing here. We're getting a lean, mean fighting machine out of Citigroup, and frankly, the analyst community is starting to take note. So I like what I see here.
Joe, Morgan Stanley's the one you've leaned into.
Yes, back at Morgan Stanley. I'm trying to correct my mistake of selling out of it in October. As I said the other day, I think the destination is well above $100. The business is well diversified, and the wealth management business has been executing perfectly over the last several years. I've owned Bank of America for many years. I sold that in October. Steph, you mentioned Bank of America, and I immediately think the distinction between Morgan Stanley's ability to really utilize the wealth management business to drive the revenue growth, and then Bank of America. And I just think there's a crown jewel embedded in Bank of America, which is Merrill Lynch, and they can't seem to have the same type of similar realization that Morgan Stanley's having with their wealth management division. I'd love to see them address it. That would clearly drive me back into the stocks.